Hey there, it's Bob from Missing Media, and welcome to my little test play area in the Unreal Engine. This is our little figure. I guess it's named Odo now. Anyway, I'm often involved in textures and lately particles, and very lately a lot of Christmas themed things. So let me hit my little costume change button. Sorry, no fancy effects, because the Santa wasn't really planned. I had a little bit of time on a lunch break and a laptop with GIMP, and at one point we put a texture on, our own texture on one of these guys. Let me hit 1 and that'll bring up the infamous beard. And unfortunately I don't have a lot of control over the camera right now in this mode. Second day of Christmas was, let's see, second day of Christmas is the slide rule, but I don't want the slide rule, so let me, oh, I guess that deleted it off. Well, I'll put it back for the photos. Third day of Christmas is the top hat, which I apologize previously. I left a wire off, and if you don't connect the roughness wire, you get basically a chrome looking hat. So now the hat, you know, the band was supposed to be kind of satiny, shimmery, but the hat itself was not supposed to look like it was made of black chrome. So anyway, that's fixed. And day 4 is the guitar. Actually, that's not a bad view to show off a little bit of the, it's hard to see it without me turning the light down, but there's some emissive light neon colors, and his keyboard glows in the dark. It's fairly subtle so that it doesn't overwhelm you in the light, and I hope at some point to make it a little more animatable, so if we're playing some of Hell Wreckage's music or having some effects come out of it, we can blink the lights and do what you want. So, and let's see, that gets us to day 5, which is the wait for it to render. Here we go. Fairy's wings. This is one version of the fairy wings. They emit some light. I don't know how well this is showing up in the camera, but they are very shiny. I messed around with translucency, and I didn't like the way that was looking, so for now I've taken that off, because I lost a lot of the interesting detail. Anyway, this one's cool. I am not an animator, so I haven't been able to animate these pieces flapping or grabbing the guitar with 2 hands. I'm kind of using some of the test animation standard walks and stuff, and testing more of the socket attachments. Let me bump out real quick and pull up. Let me show you just a real quick thing on okay, if I can get it, there we go, if I can get it down into here. I've got a the way this material is set up, I can very easily swap things around. So over on the side there's I've set up a variety of adjustable things, like I could turn some of the metallic effects off if I didn't like the metallic look, which makes more of a difference in the veins. Let me turn that back on. But more importantly, I can go in here and adjust how much light we want this to give out. So If we wanted this to be really subtle, I could turn it down to where, you know, it might show in total darkness a little bit of glowing. And, or conversely, I could crank this thing up. And let me increase the power here, and you know, we could blast people's eyes out. Or we could turn it down to something more sane. And this is pretty glowy actually. If I put this out in the game, it's pretty glowy as it stands here. But you know, I can use these settings to really turn up the light, or I can try and choke it down or blow it out. Anyway, some of what we can do with the program. Let's turn it back down to about where I had it, which I think was 3 and 10. There we go, which I kind of like as a, you know, if I adjust that, it moves it out toward the tips a little more. I can up the power a small amount, and that gives a nice little glow going on. And from behind, let me turn that back up to about 5. So anyway, these are going to be options. I don't know how many of them will make them to the game. I'd like this kind of stuff to be character controllable. For my own characters, I'd love to be able to select exactly how glowy. It might not be feasible, you know, once the game hits. But anyway, just wanted to show off, so I made a video. Anyway, I'm enjoying creating things, and well, I'm not doing a lot of, well, some of the creating I'm doing. Mostly I'm throwing together some materials and trying to show off what the things look like in the game. And I have these set up to pull up on a key press, which was as much a test of can I do it. Anyway, happy day 5 of the 12 days of Christmas. And I have trouble controlling the camera, so if you see weird pictures where I'm standing by walls a lot, I'm using them as a way to push the camera around. So, okay. Have a good one.